Okay, we have to talk about it. Conformity gate. Do you guys believe in it? Comment below and let me know. Here's some things I have to say. I don't want to believe in it because I'm afraid I'm going to fall under like the mass psychosis umbrella that is forming. However, if it is true, I would love that. That would be iconic. And I just saw a TikTok up there is like a series of Stephen King books that basically have like a fake ending. Like you get a nice happy ending and then the book's like, stop reading now. And if you keep reading, you read the real ending, which is like much more dark and whatever. I just think there's a few things for me. Okay. First of all, multiple cast members use the word traitor to define season 5. I don't understand where we're getting that from. 2, the Duffers said that we would find out why Will was taken. The only answer we really got on that was he was taken because he was a weak and young and impressionable child. I think most children would probably fall into that category. So, like, what makes him especially that way? Like, I don't know, like, is the mind flayer homophobic? That's my question. So, and surely he couldn't have been the only young gay child in Hawkins, right? I don't know. I'm not understanding, like, why he was taken. Okay, second, they said that we would find out who opened the door. Like, because Demogorgons do not have telekinesis. So how did the door open to the shed that Will was hiding in season 1? We never found out. Okay, next, this is just, I have to rant about this. So the Duffers, one of them said that they had no specific reason they chose 12 children. You're kidding me, right? It wasn't not one for every hour of the clock. Also, why did we never see the therapist again? The school therapist. And why did she have that key around her neck that opened the grandfather clock? What vanished? Okay. So that has nothing to do with conformity gate. That's just something that takes me off. Next, I don't even know what I was going to say. Hold on, let me think. Okay. So also there's just like so many inconsistencies and plot holes, and I know some of the plot holes are going to be answered in this like new show that they're going to work on that's like not Hawkins and not the same story, but somehow has something to do with the rock that Henry found in the cave. I don't know. Here's my thing. If conformity gate is not real, why real shaped? I'm just being stupid, but genuinely, like, there's so many inconsistencies that it lines up so well. So if it is not real, the Duffers are sitting there like this, like trying to figure out what to do. Like, or maybe they don't care because they have a way fatter freaking bank account. Like they have a fat bank account. They're happy. They've made an iconic show. They don't care. But there was so much hype going into this, and like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know you have to run the pressers. You have to hype things up. But also, there was a lot of hype. Like, I was expecting, like, I know they came out and said they were not going to, like, red wedding us, but I was expecting something on that level. And then there's, like, all these 7s. Don't get me started on the 7s. There's so many 7s. Like, Will was missing for 6 days, and then on the 7th day he was found, and people thought Joyce was crazy for 6 days. They rolled a 7. There's a 7 in the post-credit scene, or in the end credits or whatever, when the black screen was for 7 seconds when Steve fell. Netflix posted pictures today on TikTok. 7 slides. And then there's also that crazy Netflix commercial. Like, you have to go down the rabbit hole of this, even if you don't believe it, because I'm very on the fence. There's so many things that, like, piece together to make it accurate. And if this is not real, this is insane. It's insane. First of all, the level of, like, okay, I just remembered something. I understand that this show has been going on for 10 years, but how are you going to forget? How did they forget Will's birthday? How did they forget? And what are the odds that it was used twice? Like, is that an important date in somebody's life? Like, in casting and crew, and that's why they used that date, and it just happened to get used twice? I don't know, but it doesn't make sense. I've also never written a book or a show or probably even a poem, but as a fan, I feel like if the fans are putting this together, How are the writers in this whole team missing these things? I don't know. But either way, I still love the show. I'm still happy. And I literally have a Demogorgon squishmallow over there on my couch. Like, no, I mean, it's crazy. It's all over my For You page. Like, either people are just, like, so unsatisfied with the ending because they were anticipating more because of the hype that was built around it, that we have all, like I said earlier, mass psychosis. People are just all working together to make an insane conspiracy theory. Or it's true. And if it's true, that's crazy. But, like, why can you search season 5, episode 9 on Netflix and it pop up the show title? What? And also there's this girl on here who, like, apparently did, like, all of this legal investigation to figure out, like, the way that the show is, like, I do not know the legality of media, but, like, the way the show was, like, registered, like, episode 8 was not registered as a series finale or something like that. I'm sure if you look up, like, I don't know, 3 of the words I just said, you'll find her TikTok. I don't know, she had brown hair. But this stuff is crazy. Also, I just remembered I had more things to say. I am, like, of the camp that the reason the reason Joyce and Hopper have not addressed knowing Henry is because they don't. Like, if Henry was with Dr. Brenner from the time he was a child onward, how did he go to high school? Dr. Brenner's not letting him go to high school. 11 could speak, like, 2 words at a time whenever she left the lab. Henry was not in the school play. I feel like that's, like, a figment of his imagination. Like, he wanted a normal childhood, so he imagined that, and then we got to live that, like, via play. But it's not real, is my theory. It doesn't make any sense. If it's real, that does not make any sense. I am so sorry I'm back again. What happened to Dr. Owens? He just, like, vanished off the face of the earth. Where is Dr. Owens?